to the Akonting Centre. This is the Akonting Centre, the place where the Akonting heritage, the instrument that many scholars now associate with the New World Banjo, was played by my father, who came with the culture of playing it from Kanjanka Kasamas. My father used to sit under this tree like this and play the Akonting for the whole community of Mandinari to come and listen. And in those days, every evening after work, my father was the musician. This is the Department of Pottery in the Akonting Centre. My mother was one of the biggest or the most skillful potters in this village. She came with the skill from her parents in Casamas, and they settled in the Gambia, and she started doing pottery when she is not working in the rice fields. So this was the place she normally has her pottery production, and when people come to visit her to see how she does the pottery in the local way, my father used to sit there, play the Akonting, and she would be here doing her pottery work. And the combination was very, very unbelievable when people see both husband and wife working together to come out to entertain people. It was one of the few things many white people could not understand, because the mentality was Africans don't work with their wives or their wives don't work with their husbands. Anybody there who is interested to learn about the choral, his playing style and his history, this is the right place to come to the Gambia and learn about it. This is the school of the balafon, and anybody in the West interested to study or learn the art of playing the instrument, which looks like your piano, this is the area we are going to teach it in the Akonting Centre. For accommodation, as you can see, we have two African mud buildings in the center. And the one on my right hand side there has 4 rooms and a sitting room. And we are coming to renovate them so that anybody who wants to live in the center here and experience village life and study whatever we want to teach in the center can live there at a reasonable price. This one is also another building that was constructed by my parents, and I maintain it to remember the heritage of building houses in the local way. You live just like how the local people here live. You can have your shower in the way the local people have their showers built, and you can also cook if you want in the way they cook traditionally by setting on fire and this thing, if you want to cook for yourself in the local way. Otherwise, we will have a restaurant here too. Anybody who wants to eat in the normal way, we can prepare your food as well. Well, the Akonting Centre here is a center not only for people to come and learn how to play our string instrument, but also for people who want to connect with the African traditional way of doing things, the healing method of doing things in the African way, the farming method, the fishing method, the basketry method, the pottery method, etc., etc. And the purpose of us maintaining this land, which was inherited from my father, is to introduce a new education to it for the young generation. Most of the young generation in this village today don't know how a maize is grown, don't know how a tomato is grown, don't know how an okra is grown, but they are eating them every day in their homes. So this center is going to come out with an educational system whereby time to time schools can bring their students here and we show them how the African produce vegetables in the local indigenous knowledge. Secondly, our purpose again is to produce for the local markets within the villages. Most of the villages here have markets, but they don't have the right vegetables to sell or the right supply to sell. Sometimes they go far to bring vegetables to their local village markets, and it's not enough for the community. So our purpose here is to help out, to fill out this gap that is missing. We at the Akonting Centre, who work with our forefathers and our parents, have learned from them some of the herbs that they were using to cure some diseases in the village communities, because in those days no doctor was around to treat most of us when we were sick. So this is the guava plant. The guava plant, according to my father, can help those with diarrhea. This is another medical plant called Doctor. This Doctor is as bitter as penicillin. Our parents use it for multi-curing purposes. If you have headaches, stomach ache, if you have malaria or anything, this is the product or the leaves they use to cure you. This plant, the purpose of it is when you have a fresh cut in anything you are doing, all my father has to do is to run to this plant, cut the leaves, and come and put it where you cut yourself. And within period, it can kill all the bacteria and at the same time help it to clot so that it can heal quickly. Now I am standing near the banks of the River Gambia, where it connects Mandinari village, where we have the Akonting Centre. As you can see where I'm pointing now, we have seen the palm trees. And in where these palm trees are is also where most of the Jolas who were living here in those days had their rice fields. This place was highly populated with palm trees, and this was the place that most of the Jolas who were living around this area used to tap their palm wine, put it in a boat from here to Banjul, which is very close to this place, and sell it to their Banjul customers. They go by boat, local boats. This place in those era was at a time defined by many Jolas as a no-go zone after 7 or 8 in the evening, and also not to play music around this area in the evening, because most of them who were doing that disappeared, and most of the Jolas in those days believed the devils kidnapped them from the area because they loved the music they used to play. So this area, with the Akonting Centre activity, we plan to have it as a heritage to remember what has happened in this area in those days when the slave era was in the African region. They used to find footprints of boots, and these boots, because Jolas in those days did not have shoes, they associated these footprints of boots as devil's foot, and they warned everybody not to stay in this area up to late at night, because when devils find you in the area, they will take you away from the community. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a heritage site to remember during slavery how many Jola, Akonting and rice growers disappeared from this place. So it is about just 10 minutes walk from the Akonting Centre. This is where the local community produce their vegetables in local gardening. They grow here different kinds of vegetables: okra, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, bitter tomatoes, and so forth. So most of them, during the dry season, after working during the summer here as rice growers, they convert the land from vegetable growing. This is how they make their beds to grow different vegetables. So the place is very close to the Akonting Centre. Anybody who is interested to know the African indigenous knowledge and wisdom in our way of sustainable living, the Akonting Centre is here to have you come and relax, mingle with the local community working with us, and learn from them or share with them whatever indigenous knowledge they have inherited from their parents and ancestors, and try to transmit it to the new generation.